All right, good. Well, I gotta call the interpreter.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is the Spanish interpreter.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. Have you been sworn in?
Yeah, no, I have not actually.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Yes.
Do you swear to translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, Laura, Royal State Certified Interpreter. If you could give me just a second so I can connect to the podium, Your Honor.
And they're BRC 2.
0, 2, 3. Connection is established.
All right. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, please?
Buenos días, mi nombre es Nicolás Aceituno. Buenos días, mi nombre es Nicolás Aceituno.
Good day. My name is Nicholas Aceituno.
All right, Ms. Aceituno, you're here in 2020 MM 5172AO. You were arrested for 2 counts of domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. We do have 2 witnesses present. Do you all need the interpreter?
Yes, please.
Yes? Okay. So, Madam Interpreter, we have 2 individuals in the witness box, and they are going to need your services as well.
No problem, Your Honor.
So is it easier to have the defendant take off her headphones and do everything over the loudspeaker, or will you be able to do everything simultaneously, and she'll be able to hear you with the headphones on, and they'll be able to hear you?
I would have to do it consecutively over the public speaker so that they
Okay.
can hear me.
So why don't we do
She
that?
can keep the headsets on or off because either way she should be able to hear.
Okay, we'll just do that, and then we don't have to do it twice. All right,
Okay.
can you please both raise your right hands to be sworn in?
Ambos levanten la mano derecha para prestar juramento.
All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Juran solemnemente de decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Yes.
Yes, I swear.
Okay.
Yes.
Put your hands down, thank you.
Gracias. Ya pueden bajar las manos.
All right, each individually, I'm going to have you state your name for me and spell your last name, please.
Cada uno de los individuos ahí le voy a pedir que me indique su nombre y que luego me deletree el apellido, por favor.
My name is Omar.
I'm sorry. I have to ask the deputy to put the headsets down because I can't hear.
The what?
Sorry, he was just cleaning them.
That's
Okay.
not- yeah.
Thank you.
A ver, repítamelo, por favor, señor.
And can you ask them to speak directly into the microphone if you
Y
could?
le pedimos a la persona que tenga la palabra que hable derechito al micrófono.
Mi nombre es Omar Aceituno.
My name is Omar Aceituno. Deletree el apellido.
Aceituno.
Aceituno.
Mi nombre es Elaine Salazar. Salazar.
My name is Elaine Salazar. Salazar.
All right, and sir, how do you know Nicole?
Señor, dígame usted, ¿de dónde conoce usted a Nicole?
Ella es mi hija.
She is my daughter.
And are you afraid of your daughter?
¿Acaso usted le tiene temor a su hija?
No, señora.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you wish to have contact with her through the pending of this case?
Mientras que este caso esté abierto, ¿desea usted tener contacto con ella?
Sí, por favor.
Yes, please.
All right, and do you think that drugs or alcohol had any involvement in what happened?
¿Piensa usted que debido a lo ocurrido estaba relacionado al alcohol o drogas?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Both drugs and alcohol, or
No.
Por los dos. Por las dos.
well, let her translate and then answer. Okay.
Permita la traducción y luego usted puede contestar. ¿Fue por tanto alcohol o por drogas?
No, mire, yo pienso que la situación se ocasionó por por drogas, pero ella estaba tomando unos medicamentos que le había enviado su psicólogo. No, se lo había enviado el especialista del estómago, el gastroenterólogo. Y yo pienso que ella se tomó más de la cuenta y por eso estaba tan alterada.
No, I believe that the situation occurred because of the drugs that she was taking. She had been prescribed medications by her psychologist. No, I'm sorry, mistaken. It was by her specialist, her gastroenterologist. And I think that she took more than she was supposed to, and that is why she got agitated.
Okay. And has there been any violence in your relationship in the past?
En el pasado, en la relación que ustedes han tenido, ¿ha habido violencia antes?
Nosotros, como toda la familia, hemos tenido inconvenientes. Y en los 20 años que ella tiene, solamente una vez tuvimos una pelea hace unos años.
As a family, as any family, there's been issues. But in the 20 years that she has been our daughter, we have only had one fight with her a few years ago.
All right, now, ma'am, I'll ask you the same questions. Are you afraid of your daughter?
Bien, ahora la señora, a usted le hago la misma pregunta. ¿Acaso usted le tiene miedo a su hija?
No, en absoluto. Ella es mi hija, es mi princesa y pienso que fue un evento por muchas circunstancias de los medicamentos que ella está tomando, porque pasaron cosas, ella está sin trabajo, yo tengo cáncer y es unas situaciones difíciles que estamos pasando en la familia y por eso se descontroló esta situación anoche.
No, not at all. She is my daughter. She's my little princess. And I believe that due to all the circumstances that surrounded this situation, because she had been taking this medication, because she has found herself without any work, and because I have cancer, I believe that it's been a difficult time for the entire family, and things just got a little out of control.
And she lives with you, correct?
Ella reside con ustedes?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you want her to come back home?
¿Y ustedes desean que ella regrese a la vivienda?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for your testimony today.
Muchas gracias.
Ms. Fusco, did you have any other additional questions?
Would you be willing to call 911 if something happened again?
Muchas gracias por el testimonio que ambos han rendido aquí hoy día. Licenciada, ¿tiene alguna pregunta que desea hacer? Sí. ¿Ustedes estarían dispuestos a volver a llamar al 911 si algo fuera a ocurrir nuevamente?
Sí, claro, yo estoy dispuesta a llamar, pero yo sé que esta situación se puede mejorar. Yo pensé que más bien ella iban a llevarla al hospital para hacerle algo por su psicológico. Nunca pensé que la iban a traer aquí. Esa es la verdad.
Yes, of course we would, but honestly, I feel that this situation can improve. I truly believe that when they took her, they were going to take her to the psych or to the hospital to help her. I never thought they were going to bring her here. I truly didn't.
Ms. Fusco, do you have any?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Matos?
No, Your Honor, no questions, please.
And just to let you all know, there are services that you can get, but the state attorney's office will communicate with you about the case. If you think she needs help, you'll have to talk to them about getting her help.
Quiero que sepan ustedes que sí se prestan servicios para casos como estos, pero usted tendría que comunicarse con la fiscalía. Ellos le dejarán saber más de este caso y le puede usted indicar a ellos la ayuda que consideran que ella necesita.
Okay? All right.
¿Está bien?
Sí.
All
Sí,
right,
muchas
so,
gracias.
Ms.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, Ms. Asiantuno, I am going to order that you're allowed to have contact with your parents, but it's non-hostile, non-violent contact.
Señora Tunas, voy a permitir que usted sí pueda tener contacto con sus padres, pero la orden diría que el contacto tiene que ser sin hostilidad. No puede ser agresiva hacia sus padres.
You cannot hit them, punch them, get in their face, scratch them, touch them inappropriately.
Usted no le estará prohibida pegarles, darle un puño, ponérseles enfrente de la cara, arañarles o tocarle a ellos de cualquier manera que se consideraría inapropiado.
You can't raise your voice or be disrespectful to them.
No le puede levantar la voz y tampoco faltarle el respeto.
If you get upset, you walk away from the situation.
Si usted se disgusta por algo, aléjese de la situación.
Okay, do you understand all of that?
Muy bien, entonces, señora, ¿usted ha entendido todo eso? Yes.
You cannot possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances unless you have a valid prescription.
Usted estará prohibida tenencia de alcohol o sustancias ilícitas, sustancias reguladas, al menos que hayan sido recetadas por un médico.
You must take all medication as prescribed by your doctor.
Y cualquier medicamento lo tiene que tomar tal como haya sido recetado por un médico.
And I do note that the Department of Children and Families was contacted, I believe, because of the brother.
Creo que hubo comunicación con el Departamento de Familias y Menores debido al hecho que tenía que ver algo con el hermano.
I don't know if they'll have an investigation, but if they do, you must comply with any DCF investigation.
No sé si van a realizar alguna investigación, pero si lo vayan a llevar a cabo, usted, señora, tendrá que cumplir con esa investigación.
I am going to order pretrial release, so she will be released today without posting a bond.
Voy a ordenar libertad provisional, es decir, que ella será puesta en libertad hoy mismo sin tener que depositar fianza alguna.
I am requiring random urinalysis through pretrial release.
Sí, será obligatorio que usted se someta a controles de orina de manera aleatoria con dicho programa.
So you need to make sure that you comply with their requirements as well as my court orders. Do you understand?
Entonces, usted tiene que asegurarse que se esté acatando a todos los términos que tienen ellos, aparte de las órdenes judiciales que yo le acabo de emitir. No le oigo, señora. Acérquese al micrófono. Señora, acérquese al micrófono.
Just talk.
I can't hear her. I just need her
She's not
closer
near a
to...
microphone, that's why.
We apologize.
Try it now.
De acuerdo.
No problem. I agree.
Okay. If you violate that, any of those conditions, it's a new law violation and your release can be revoked.
Si usted incumple con cualquiera de esas condiciones, estaría infringiendo las leyes y por lo tanto se podrá revocar su libertad.
All right?
Okay.
¿Bien?
De acuerdo.
Good luck. Thank
Very
you.
well. Muchas gracias.
You can call, if you could tell the witnesses that they can call 407-836-3400 and they'll let them know when she's ready to get picked up, okay?
Esto es para los testigos que están aquí. Pueden ustedes llamar al 407-836-3400 porque ellos le dejarán saber en ese número la hora que puedan ustedes ir a recoger a su hija.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Muchas
Thank you.
gracias.
All right, please tell me your name.
Catherine Calix.
Ms. Calix, you're here in case number 2020 MM5133AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause for that offense, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Do we have any witnesses here for Ms. Calix? No. Okay, so Ms. Calix, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. And I'll have you sign the no contact order, please. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes.
All right, so I am also ordering that you maintain a separate residence. I'm not sure if the residence is her residence or if they live together, because the information says that it has the address listed and it has it as her address, and then I think there was something in here I wasn't sure about the address. It said the victim's home. So do you all live together, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to have to maintain a separate residence. You can return one time with law enforcement to get any personal belongings. If the victim is not staying there, you can be at the residence. Do you understand?
Okay.
You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And DCF was contacted, so if the Department of Children and Families has an investigation pending, you must comply with any investigation. The bond will be $500. She's not going to qualify for pretrial, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, could you repeat the bond amount?
$500.
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Valentín Espada Alejandro. Espada Alejandro.
Valentin Espada Alejandro.
All right, Mr. Alejandro, you're here in 2019 CF 15263, and this is a capias based on a failure to appear for an arraignment on February 13th, 2020. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? No? Okay. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. Unfortunately, I cannot modify the capias today, so the attorney is going to have to file a motion to set bond for you in Division 11 in this case. So they're going to give you a piece of paper with the public defender's number on it. You're going to have to call that number and ask them to file a bond motion for you. All right, sir?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Robert Junior Figueroa Delgado.
Robert Jr. Figueroa Delgado.
All right, Mr. Figueroa Delgado, you're here in 2020 CF 8506AO. You were arrested for carrying a concealed firearm, fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated, driving with a suspended license, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. And I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You are not to have any contact with any witnesses or your co-defendant in the case. You may not drive without a valid driver's license. You may not possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription, nor may you possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. You do qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to place you in pretrial release. Make sure that you comply with my court order as well as their conditions. If not, your release can be revoked, sir. Do you understand?
¿Eso significa que guardan de fianza o no?
So, am I getting a bond or not?
No, I'm releasing you to pretrial release. You will be released today.
Ok, muchas gracias. Nos vemos más tarde.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank
Have a
you.
nice afternoon.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
I'm sorry. Can I ask the correctional officer to move the mic? He's too close to the mic and it's picking up with the headset. Graciel Perez, and I cannot catch the second last name.
Velez Olmo, I think.
Yes.
Okay, sir. You're here in 2020 CF 8505AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia, and I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond on count 1 will stay at 1,000. Count 2 will be 150. Count 3 will be 100. All right. Thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Javier Espina Rojas.
All right, sir, you're here in a Seminole County case. You were arrested on a warrant out of Seminole County. The judge in Seminole County set your bond on count 1 at none and count 2 at $25,000.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. How much was it for the first charge?
Zero, none.
Zero. Okay.
And so they're not transporting people to Seminole County just yet. So one of the judges here is going to contact the judge in Seminole County to see if they will give you a bond on count 1. You'll probably be back in a couple days on that issue for a status hearing. And then if that doesn't work out, then the public defender's office, who I've appointed, can represent you and file a bond motion here for you. It looks like you also have an immigration detainer. I do have to advise you of that. You can contact the public defender's office here if you have questions about that. Is he also being served with an injunction? Has he been served or? No, okay. All right. It looks like there's an injunction that they'll also serve you with as well, sir. So just hang tight, wait a couple days, and we should have you back on the docket here, and we'll hear back from Seminole County, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck, sir. Thank you. All right, good morning. Please tell me your name, sir.
Chaquel Canibal. I'm sorry, there's an echo. I didn't catch the second last name.
It's Carry-On Arguias.
sorry. It's not the best reception today. I'm struggling catching what he's
That's
saying.
okay. Are you Shaquille O'Neal Carrion Arguias? Okay. All right. Mr. Carrion Arguias, you are here in 2019 CF 11654. You have 3 issues going on in that case. The first of which is a violation of probation warrant. And Judge Whitehead did set your bond at none for the violation of probation. Law enforcement has also filed an on-view violation of probation in the matter based on the new law arrest. And so there's probable cause for that, and I'll appoint the public defender in that case to represent you. The bond will stay set at none. There's also a failure to appear for the same case number, and that was for, I believe, a status hearing in drug court back on June 19th, 2020. So the bonds will stay set at none. You've also got 2019 CF 6712, and you've got the same issue in that case. You've got a violation of probation warrant that Judge Whitehead set at none. You've got an on-view violation of probation for the new law arrest in which I find probable cause. And then you've also got a failure to appear for that status hearing back in June with Judge Whitehead, and he set your bonds at none. So I'll appoint the PD as well. You'll see Judge Whitehead on those 2 cases in a couple days for an arraignment. The other case, 2020 MM 5136AO, you're charged with providing false ID to law enforcement officers and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. We're not going to resolve those today because you are on probation. So I'm going to stay the bonds at 500 and 100. And again, you'll see Judge Whitehead on the other cases in just a couple days, okay? All right, thank you. And then, Madam Interpreter, I think that's it for the Spanish, but I don't know if we have any witnesses in the gallery that may need your services. So if you could just make an announcement for anyone to raise their hand if they need the interpreter.
Yes, no problem. ¿Hay alguien en la sala de espera ahí que requiere un intérprete en español? Si es así, levante la mano.
All right, I don't see anybody raising their hands, so thank you so much for your patience today.
You're welcome. I will disconnect.
Okay,
You
thank
too.
you. All right.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, we're starting with the resets. Rivera Acosta Wilfredo, refused court.
Okay, so yesterday, I believe that was a refusal as well, and it was reset. So I am going to address it today. I am going to appoint the public defender, find the refusal to be a waiver, 2020 CF 8465AO. Mr. Matos, did you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so he's charged with burglary of an occupied structure, grand theft third degree, dealing in stolen property, trafficking, and resisting without violence. And I do find probable cause for those offenses. I did appoint the public defender already. So he's not to have any contact with any victim or witness. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. And I'm going to stay the bond at the 5,000, 150, 150, and 100. He's out on release in 2019 CF 14060AO. I am revoking the release and setting the bond at none. Does have the public defender, correct? Or an attorney? Oh. So they'll be able to file a motion for him. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ralph White.
All right, Mr. White, you're here in 2020 CF 8512AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was previously found for attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. perjury by making false statements under oath to law enforcement, and destruction of evidence. And I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you in your case. And so, Ms. Fusco, does the state wish to be heard as to bond as to count one?
Yes, Your Honor. The state asked the court to consider all the facts in the affidavit. The victim was found bleeding with gunshot wounds at the scene along with 3 shell casings. Post Miranda, the defendant admitting to shooting the victim because of an ongoing conflict between the two. The victim's injuries and treatment required intubation, but when shown a picture of the defendant, he was able to indicate in the affirmative that the defendant was the person who shot him. The state asked the court to find proof evident or presumption great and hold him at no bond.
Mr. Matos?
Your Honor, the public defender leaves this at the court's discretion.
Okay. So, Mr. White, you're going to be held at no bond on count one. I am making a finding of proof evident presumption great. Your attorneys have reserved the right for you to have what's called an Arthur hearing downtown. It's just a much lengthier bond hearing, and so they will file a bond motion for you, and you'll be able to present any evidence in order to give the judge some discretion to give you a bond. But you'll be held at no bond on count one. Count two, your bond will be set at $10,000. Count three, $150. So I'm going to order that you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. I know that you live there, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if any victims or witnesses are present at that location, you cannot go back there. So you'll have to maintain a separate residence. If you need to go back there, if you get out, if you get a bond and you get out, you can go back with law enforcement one time to get any personal belongings.
Yes, ma'am.
So no weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and if you get out, you'd have to
There's
surrender
nothing
those.
there, ma'am.
Okay, you'd have to surrender any weapons or firearms or ammunition to law enforcement within 6 hours of your release. But I'm sure the public defender's in the courtroom with me. I'm sure he's going to email your attorney today and let them know that they need to file a bond motion for you downtown, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand all of that?
I just want to say it was self-defense. That's all I want.
Okay, I read the affidavit. I know what statements you made, but I don't want you to say anything on the record today, okay? It's not
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
benefit you today. Anything you say can be used against you, so I wouldn't talk about this case with anybody but your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck, sir.
Okay.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, ma'am. Tanisha Cheeks.
All right, Miss Cheeks, you're here in 2020 CF 854180, and you're arrested for aggravated assault, domestic violence, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, battery, domestic violence, and resisting an officer without violence. And I do find probable cause for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. Do we have any witnesses here for Ms. Cheeks? No. Okay. All right, Ms. Cheeks, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim
That's
in the
fine.
case.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
have you sign, okay, I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on that order?
Ma'am?
Did you understand everything on that form that you signed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that no contact order can be changed in writing by a judge. It'll have to be, a motion would have to be filed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're gonna have to maintain a separate residence.
That's
You're not to possess any weapons or firearms
Yes,
or
ma'am.
any ammunition.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am also gonna order you into pretrial release. So you need to make sure that you comply with my court orders as well as what they make you do, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. What that mean? I can get out.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Carlos Esther Senior, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Esters, you're here in 2020 CF 7186AO. You're charged by a warrant in which probable cause was found for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Is anyone here for Mr. Esters? No? Okay. So So, Mr. Esters, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I believe that's your daughter, so you can't have any contact with your daughter at this time, okay? Until that's changed by a judge in writing. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Did you understand everything on that form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're also going to have to maintain a separate residence. I don't think you live together, so that should be easy. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. And I believe that's the daughter's house.
No,
You're not to,
that was my wife's house. We just happened to be there that day. See, all of us have separate residence.
okay, so you're saying that the Budwood Street is your wife's house?
Yeah, it was originally my house, but we separated, so I got another residence.
But you don't live there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're not going to go back there?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay, I mean, until anything's changed in writing or the case is over, then you're going to live somewhere else and you're not going to go to that house. You got me?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Okay.
a separate residence. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $2,500. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you.
All right, ma'am. All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Clarence McClendon.
Mr. McClellan, you're here in 2020 CF 8440AO, and you were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was previously found for false imprisonment dating violence, battery dating violence, and assault dating violence. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case, as well as in 2020 MM 5170AO. And in that case, you're charged with possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. I do find probable cause. I'm going to ROR on the cannabis case as it relates to 8440AO. I'm going to order, is there anybody here for Mr. McClendon? No? Okay. So I'm going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order, sir.
Yes.
You understand everything on that form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm also ordering that you maintain a separate residence, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, ma'am.
Your your bond on count 1 is going to be set at $1,500, count 2 $500, and count 3 $100. And I did ROR on the misdemeanor. Okay. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Mala Gargos Machado, behavior.
All right, I'm gonna find behavior to be a waiver, appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so it's 2020 CF 8537AO, it's aggravated battery, domestic violence, and I do find probable cause. And I did appoint the PD. No contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. Maintain separate residence, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bond is set at $5,000. Okay. All right, tell me your name.
Yamila Duran?
Ms. Duran?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Duran, you're here in 2020 MM 5171AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I do find probable cause for that offense, and I'll appoint the public defender. We do have a witness present. Can you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you might need, I know it's difficult because it's low, but.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, just talk, thank, you can put your hand down, just make sure you're talking to the microphone so
Yes,
we can
ma'am.
all hear you. All right, and then how do you know Miss Duran?
She is my wife.
Okay, can you tell me your name? I'm sorry.
Brandon Duran.
And then spelled the same way?
Yes, Brandon, O-N, and last name D-U-R-A-N.
Okay, and then how long have you been married?
We've been married since 2017.
Okay. And do you live together currently?
I'm sorry, since 2014, and yes, we live together.
Okay. I was going to correct. It's
Can't
good to
even
know.
think.
It's good to know when you got
All
married.
right.
All right, Mr. Duran, and you have 2 children. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you afraid of your wife?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to have contact with her through the pending of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has there been any violence in your relationship in the past?
No, ma'am. This is more of a mental health issue. So, because of the pandemic and everything, she wasn't able to get the correct help. So this is, we spoke earlier, and she is going to contact her doctor and continue with that.
Is she prescribed medication?
Yes.
Okay. And is she taking that medication as prescribed?
There was times when she wasn't, because she wasn't able to get with the doctor. It was very difficult in order to contact. But she recently just got her prescription, so she's in the process of it takes a few days, a few weeks for that to settle in.
All right. And were the children present in the home when this occurred?
No, ma'am.
And you don't fear for your children's safety whatsoever?
No, ma'am.
And I'm showing that you're the victim in 2 separate domestic violence battery arrests with her. Is that correct?
Yes, that was in the past. That was same issue with the medication deal.
Okay. When was the last time that happened?
I don't remember the date.
Like within the last year or?
Yeah, I believe it was within the last year.
Okay. And so you're telling me that you're not afraid of her?
No, ma'am.
You want her to come home?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's really a misunderstanding. Just like I said, it's due to the medication. And she assured me that she was going to stay on top of it.
And if something like this happened again, would you feel comfortable calling law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Fusco, do you have any additional questions for Mr. Duran?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Matos?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Duran, I'm going to allow you to have contact. It's non-hostile, non-violent contact. There's a history here, so I need to make sure that you understand.
Yes, ma'am.
That that's no pushing, no kicking, no biting, no scratching,
Yes,
no
ma'am.
punching, no getting in his face, no being disrespectful, no
Yes, ma'am.
saying mean things. If things get heated, you take a walk.
Okay. Yes.
Get some exercise, take it out some other way, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also going to order that you're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and you're to take all medication as prescribed by your doctor.
Yes,
No other drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, and I don't know if the Department of Children and Families was contacted.
No.
I just note that there was children, that you have children, so, but if there is an investigation, you'll have to comply with any investigation. You do qualify for pretrial release, so you will be released today. You will not have to post a bond. You need to make sure you comply with those court orders as well as what they tell you to do.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't, it can result in your release being revoked, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Everybody understand? They will, the number for pretrial release is 836-3400, so they should let you know if you call them when she's ready to come get picked up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Patty Green.
All right. Ms. Green, you're here in 2020 MM 5162AO. It's a domestic violence battery, and I do find probable cause for that offense, and I'm going to appoint the public defender. Do we have any witnesses present here? No? Okay. So, Ms. Green, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order, please. Did you understand everything in the form?
I can't see it. Your Honor.
Okay, do you need glasses or something?
Yes, and I wasn't able to bring them.
Okay, so what the form basically says is there's no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. That means that you need to stay away from the residence 500 feet. This can all be changed in writing by a judge at a later date, but today this is the order, okay? You can't phone, email, text, social media the victim, have any contact through a third party whatsoever. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if you have children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so the part that relates to children would not relate to you. But you can't have anybody contact him, you can't leave him any notes or anything like that. So that would have to be changed in writing by a judge. You're also to maintain a separate residence. If you need to return back to the residence to get anything, you must be with law enforcement. You'll have to call them ahead of time. They'll tell you where to go to meet them. Don't go to the house and then call and then wait, okay? They'll tell you when to go. You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I am going to release you to pretrial release. Make sure that you comply with those court orders as well as their conditions, okay?
Oh, ID. Yes, ma'am.
Can you just put on there, on the minutes that I explained to her, the court explained? Couldn't read the contract order. So she was orally advised. All right, please tell me your name.
Luna Luxon.
All right, Ms. Luxon, you're here in 2020 MM 5134AO. You're arrested for dating violence battery. I do find probable cause for that offense, and I'll appoint the public defender. Do we have any witnesses present? I don't see anybody else out there, right? I can't see on the other side, so one person? Okay. All right, so Ms. Luxon, I am going to order that you have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. That can be changed in writing by a judge. Did you understand everything on the form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're also not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. You must maintain separate residences. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with those court orders as well as what they tell you to do, okay?
Okay,
Good luck.
thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Elisa Melendez.
All right, Ms. Melendez, you're here in 2020 MM 5158 AO. You're arrested for dating violence battery. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Is there a witness for Ms. Melendez? No? Okay. Ms. Melendez, I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or any witness in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on that form? Did you understand everything on the form?
Yes, ma'am.
You must maintain a separate residence. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $1,000. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Good morning, Alyssa Pascal.
All right, Ms. Pascal, you're here in 2020 MM 5152 AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. We do have a witness. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you state your name for me and spell your last name, please?
Paul Lawrence, LAWRENCE.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, how do you know Ms. Pascal?
She was my girlfriend.
She was?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not together any longer?
Not anymore.
Okay, do you live together?
We did.
Have you moved out, or did she move out?
She moved out
She moved out?
Yes,
How long
ma'am.
ago was that?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Does she
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any belongings over there?
A couple of clothes, that's it.
Okay. Are you afraid of her?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to have contact with her through the pending of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you've broken up and you don't live together, so what is the relationship?
I would say we just friends as of right now.
Okay. Has there been any violence in your relationship in the past?
No, ma'am, just arguments.
Okay. The police have never been called before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If something like this were to happen again, or you felt threatened, would you call law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Fusco, do you have any questions for Mr. Lawrence?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Matos?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you have non-hostile, non-violent contact, okay? That means no pushing, no biting, no scratching, no kicking, no getting in his face, no saying mean things to him, no being disrespectful. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I'm going to order that you continue to maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go back there and get some things at his place?
No, ma'am. I got everything yesterday.
You got everything? Okay.
Yes.
All right. You're not to, I think I said no weapons or firearms, right?
Yes,
No? Okay.
ma'am.
No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm going to place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with my court orders as well as theirs. If you get arrested for anything else, I can violate your release and it can be revoked, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
My name is Gregory Pfeiffer, Edward Pfeiffer.
All right, Mr. Pfeiffer, you're here in 2020 MM 5173AO. You're arrested for dating, violence, battery. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Do we have any witnesses for Mr. Pfeiffer? I don't think there's anyone else out
No.
there. Okay. All right, so Mr. Pfeiffer, I am going to order that you have no contact, directly or indirectly, with the victim in the case. I'll have you sign that no contact order. It's also going to include any witnesses. Did you understand everything on that form?
Yes.
Okay. You're also going to have to maintain a separate residence. You cannot return to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. If you need to go back to the residence to get any personal belongings, you must be with law enforcement. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No weapons or firearms or ammunition, no drugs, no alcohol without a valid prescription.
Okay.
And your bond is set at $500.
Okay.
All right, make sure you show up to any court dates, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck. All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Good morning. My name is David Sherry.
All right, Mr. Sherry, you're here in 2020 MM 5165AO. It's domestic violence battery. I do find probable cause for that offense, and I'll appoint the public defender. I don't believe there's any witnesses here for your case, so I am going to order no contact directly or indirectly with the victim in the case. I know that's your sister, and I know that you live together up in New York, okay? So you're going to have to contact the public defender's office to see if they can file a motion to change any of that, okay? So you're going to also maintain a separate residence. So if you need to return back, you'll need to go with law enforcement to get any personal belongings. No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, I don't want you to talk about the facts of anything or what happened, okay? But if you have a question about something else, like you can ask me that.
The no contact.
Yeah.
I understand everything that it says on the order. We live in the same residential building, but we don't live in the same apartment.
Okay, so I'm just ordering that you maintain that separate residence, okay?
And
So you don't need to go to her place to get anything?
No, I don't have to go
Okay.
into her apartment at all. I have a separate apartment. My uncle lives there. My brother lives there.
Okay,
We all have
okay.
different
We'll-
apartments in the building.
Okay, we'll
New
scratch the return with law enforcement then. I thought you might live together. Okay.
No. And I see that it says In order to remove it, I have to go to court?
Well, it'll have to be changed in writing by a judge,
Okay, because
okay?
it's not
So
like
you'll need to contact the public defender and they'll explain how that will happen.
Mr. Sherry,
Yes.
this is Pedro Matos with the PD. I will be emailing your PD to modify the contact order.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna place you in pretrial release. Mr. Sherry, make sure that you comply with any phone-in requirements that you have with them, okay? And
Okay.
all right? Good luck.
Am I able to release today to see my mom? Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, good luck.
Have a good day.
You too. Paul Shimkus I had next. He bonded, okay. We'll take no action on Mr. Shimkus's cases. And then I have an arraignment, one arraignment, no arraignment?
Arraignments have been waived, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So we've got a written plea of not guilty for 2020 MM 75AE. Looks like there's a pretrial date of August 11th, 2020 in Division 80. Is that right? Okay. Do we have a time or no? I don't know.
There is a time.
I don't know. Probable cause. No contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. I am gonna stay the bond at the $500. She was not, she did not qualify, okay, she was interviewed and was not able to be qualified for pretrial. Yes, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, the next person on the docket, Ray Delaney, mental health.
Okay, and, Mr. Matos, do you want me to reset for tomorrow? Would there be an offer, Ms. Fusco? I don't see any prior convictions for theft.
We have a mass pleable. If there would be an offer, we would like to reset it for tomorrow.
So is there an offer? I'm sorry, you talked very fast with a mask on, so I have no idea what you said.
Oh, we have them as pleable, so if there is an offer, we would like to reset it for tomorrow.
So Ms. Fusco, is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll reset for tomorrow, see if Mr. Delaney can come to court tomorrow.
The next person on the docket, Felicia Forsty, is medical.
Okay, and is that, Ms. Taylor, is that like medical, not coming, or just being seen by the-
Medical.
Okay, medical, I think that's what we're gonna reference it now, medical, okay.
Medical.
Medical, okay, so, I'm gonna appoint the public defender, 2020 MM 5142AO. Mr. Matos, do you wanna waive?
Your Honor, she has two cases. We would like for a global offer. If we have a global offer, we would like to reset it so we can plead.
Well, it's medical, so it could be up to 2 weeks.
I just mean after reset after she gets released the day after. Would that be possible?
We don't know, so
Then we would like to waive it, Your Honor.
yeah, so, that's the problem, is that I'm not gonna reset it every day for 2 weeks if she's not gonna be able to come, but I'm not gonna revoke the release, okay?
I understand.
So we're gonna waive the appearance in 2020 MM 5142AO. It's a trespass on property after warning. And I do find probable cause for that offense. No return back to that 7-Eleven. No contact with any victims or witnesses, and abide by the trespass warning. And I'm gonna ROR, and I'm not taking any action on the other case. Can we put in there that they're to get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of release? Thank you. tell me your name.
My name is Shamira Jackson.
All right, Ms. Jackson, you're here in 2020 MM 515780. It's an open container violation. I do find probable cause. Ms. Fusco, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with 2 days credit time served, court cost.
All right, Ms. Jackson, it's a credit for time served offer. I would give you a year to pay your court costs. Do you want to resolve your case today? You don't have to go back to court.
Yes, please, may I resolve it?
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yes, I have.
Did you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you understand all those rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days time served, order you pay your court costs by July 16th, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. I did not appoint the PD for you, so that's an extra cost you won't have, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket is Aaron Vasquez, medical.
Okay, and so this would not be a pleable offense anyway. And so I'm going to appoint the public defender, 2020 MM 599AW. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so it's a battery, and I find probable cause. I did appoint the PD. Conditions of release are no contact with any victim. Looks like they're roommates, so, excuse me, ordering maintain separate residences. One-time return with law enforcement if they need to go back, and no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bond will stay at $500. I'll take no action on the Osceola case.
The next person on the docket is Maya Maria Fernandez, bonded.
Okay, I had Miss Bass. I didn't have
Okay.
that one. Okay, yeah. Okay, I just didn't have it.
Jacqueline Bass will not be coming due to behavior.
Okay, so I'm gonna find the behavior to be a waiver and appoint the public defender in both 2020 CF 8542AO and 2020 CF 8534AO. Mr. Madros, do you want to waive?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I got a question. Where's Ms. Bass? Under what?
She's
Felony.
she's the first felony case that we have.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, so it's
She
Alejandro.
has 2 cases.
Yeah, I finally
Okay.
found it.
All right, do you want to wait? She's medical, so,
Yes, Your Honor, please.
okay. Sorry. Oh, did you say it was medical? Oh, it's behavior. I'm sorry.
Behavior, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, thank you. All right, so it's possession of fentanyl and introducing contraband into a county detention facility. And I find probable cause for those offenses, and I did appoint the PD. And then in 8534, it's a grand theft 3rd degree, and I do find probable cause, and I did appoint the public defender. So for the drug case, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I am going to stay the bond at $1,150, and for the grand theft, it's no contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant, and no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Looks like that's that Circle K at 12390 East Colonial Drive, and the bond will stay at $500.
The next person on the docket, Keith Blackman, refused court.
Okay, so I'm gonna find the refusal to be a waiver and appoint the public defender. Do you wanna formally waive Mr. Matos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Matos, sorry, I say Matos, but it's Matos, right?
It's okay.
All right, 2020 CF 8535AO, it's a burglary of an occupied structure, grand theft 3rd degree, and dealing in stolen property, it's trafficking. And I find probable cause for those offenses. And in 2020 CF 8533AO, it's a driving while license revoked as a third subsequent offender and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I find probable cause. And so on the burglary case, no contact with any victims or witnesses or co-defendants, no return to the scene, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bonds will stay $5,000, $150, $150. And in the driving case, the bond will stay at $2,500 and $100. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and don't drive without a valid driver's license. I am revoking 2020 CF 5708. And 2020 MM 2916. And looks like the PD was previously appointed in both of those cases, so he has counsel. All right, good afternoon or morning. Tell me your name.
Gerald Byron?
Mr. Byron?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're here in 2020 CF 8532AO. You were charged with trafficking in fentanyl, 4 grams or more, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis more than 20 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender. You've also got 2020 CT 4384AO, and that's driving while license revoked or suspended, and I find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. So for the driving case, you can't drive without a valid driver's license. The bond will stay at $500. On the trafficking case, Mr. Byron, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no contact with any witnesses, and no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. And I'm going to release you to pretrial release,
Thank you.
but listen to me very carefully. If you come back on anything, I can almost 100% guarantee you that that will get revoked.
I can almost
Okay.
guarantee you that it won't happen.
So just make sure that you're staying home and you're not getting into trouble, because last thing you want to do is be sitting in there at no bond, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You know what, I'm sorry, thank you. I'm going to do PTR for both. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Can we add random urinalysis, Your Honor?
I don't think I'll add it, but I don't think they're doing it. But we'll add random urinalysis. If you could just let Mr. Byron know that, but I don't know if they're actually testing anybody because they're doing everything by phone. So, but we'll add it. All right.
The next person on the docket, Your Honor, is Marquise Kanye Lewis. Behavior.
All right, so I'm gonna find the behavior to be a waiver, 2020 CF 8539AO. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
it's carrying concealed firearm and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, and I do find probable cause. And I appointed the PD, so he's not been interviewed. He lives I have an out-of-state address, so I don't really have enough information to ROR with no history. So I am gonna stay the bond at the 2,000 and the 200. Actually, I'm gonna ROR on count 2, but I'll stay the bond at the 2,000 on count 1. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
McKenna Francois, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Francois, you're here in a couple cases. I've got 2019 CF 14661AO, and you failed to appear for a trial management conference on June 23rd, 2020. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none in that case. And does he have the public defender? Okay, you already have the public defender in that case, so they're gonna have to file a bond motion for you in that case, okay, with, looks like Judge Barber. And then I've got 2020 CF 8526AO. It's possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis more than 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the PD. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And the bonds will stay at 1,000, 150, 100, and 100. And I've got 2020 CF 4189AO. It's a warrant. Probable cause was found for burglary of a structure and criminal mischief over 1,000. And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. No return back to the offense scene. No contact with any victims or witnesses. The bond will stay at 1,000 and 100. I am revoking the release in 2019 CF 14739AO. Looks like you have Mr. Williams representing you in that case with the public defender's office. So Mr. Williams is going to have to file a bond motion for you as well in that case, as well as the other case. So make sure you get in touch with them as soon as possible, okay? Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Marta Sierra Guzman.
Ms. Guzman?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Guzman, you're here in 2020 CF 8520AO. You're arrested for grand theft by fraud, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No contact with any victim or witness. No return back to where the offense was alleged to have occurred. Well, I guess that's the home. So that's your home. No, strike that. Are you living, is that your address? The apartment number 202?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll strike the no return. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release, Ms. Guzman. You need to make sure that you comply with their requirements, okay? And you don't
Thank
miss
you.
any court dates.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. All right, tell me your name, please.
Daniel Hansen.
Mr. Hansen, you're here in 2020 CF 8531AO. You're arrested for purchase of heroin, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and I do find probable cause. It should be possession of heroin, I think. No, okay, it is purchased. All right, so I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. I don't know why they doubled the bonds here. All right, so no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm gonna set the bond on count 1 at 1,000, count 2 150, count 3 100. Looks like there was a capias issued yesterday in the out on release case. It was mentioned in the affidavit. Do we know if he's gonna get arrested on that capias? Because he could, the information was filed back a while ago.
Are we discussing the detainer?
The possession of drug paraphernalia, yeah, yesterday, there was a capias issued.
Yeah, because his court date was yesterday, so.
Yeah, there was a failure to appear, and there was a capias issued, and the information's been filed, so I don't know if he wants to resolve that today to resolve it. So, because otherwise you're just gonna get arrested on the KPS, and I think I couldn't look up any documents because it wasn't scanned in yet. It didn't, it's 2020 MM 2991 AO.
What's the question?
What's the amount? Was there no bond on the KPS? I couldn't click on anything because it wasn't scanned
It's
in.
still not scanned in.
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, I don't have the KPS.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
See, because the note in the note on pretrial releases paperwork says, per clerk of courts, defendant was issued a failure to appear on the open case. However, I called warrants and warrants could not confirm an active warrant on the case. But I'm showing that there is a KPS, so.
Yeah, we don't have
Mr. Hanson, do you want to try to resolve that case today?
I don't know.
I can't resolve the new case because it's felony. But you've got the possession of drug paraphernalia and you have a KPS because you failed to appear for court yesterday. So your options are resolve the case today, or then you're gonna get arrested on it, and I don't know what your bond is. I don't have access to the information right now. It's not scanned in.
To resolve it.
Okay. Ms. Fusco, do you have it's a possession of drug paraphernalia. Do we know with a notice to appear? So he has what, 2 days? 1 day? 2? Well, actually, he would not. On the paraphernalia, I don't think he hasn't been arrested on it, so today would be 1 day, I think. I'll resolve that with a credit for time served offer if you want to do that, Mr. Hanson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can't help you out with the other stuff. Okay, so can we give him a plea? Did he? I don't know if everybody got a plea form. Did you see a plea form before you came into court?
No.
No? Okay, why don't you read that real quickly for me?
All right.
So we'll have to make sure that shows that it was resolved, and then he doesn't get arrested on it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find a factual basis based on the notice to appear in the court file to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to 1 day with credit for 1 day of time served. Order you pay your court costs by July 16, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. I did give you bonds in the felony, but you do have reporting requirements, so you need to make sure you comply with those too.
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Hanson?
Yep.
Good luck. Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Lorenzo Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you're here in 2019 CF 8842AO. It's a failure to appear for a status hearing on July 10th, 2020 for drug court, and the judge did revoke the release and set your bond at none. And do we know, does he have the public defender in both cases? Okay. So you have the public defender in that case as well as 19 CF 4249AO. It's also a failure to appear for the status hearing, Judge Whitehead. And so the bonds are set at none, and you do have the PD, so they're going to have to file a bond motion with Judge Whitehead for you, okay?
Okay.
luck, sir. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Tina Johnson.
All right, Ms. Johnson, you're here, 2020 CF 8529AO. You were arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. I'm going to release you to pretrial release. Make sure you don't get arrested for anything. If you do, it can violate your release, and you can be held at no bond, okay?
Understood.
All right, no other conditions.
Your Honor, the next person on the docket, Delvar Kegler, medical.
Okay, medical.
Medical.
All right, 2020 CF 7275AO. Gonna appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's a warrant. Probable cause was found for sale and delivery of cocaine and possession of cocaine. And the bond will stay at $5,000 and $150. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and no contact with any witness. Come on, scanner.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Carey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Carey, you're here in 2020 CF 8522AO. It's a criminal mischief over $1,000, and I do find probable cause for that offense. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You can't have any contact with the victim in the case.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't return back.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking up the, oh, it's a 2018. Are you working with the PD's office on your case?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Honor, we definitely have the 2018 case.
Sorry?
The PD does have the
No,
2000.
I understand that. There's competency issues, that's why I'm looking it up, and I'm looking to see what's going on with the case.
Her name is Lauren.
Sorry?
Her name is Lauren. I forgot her name.
Lauren?
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a last court minute setting a status hearing for September, and that was on July 9th.
Courtroom. Oh, yeah, she went back in the office. She was trying to find out what the address was. I think do you have two patients?
All right, Mr. Carey, I'm gonna stay the bond at the 1,000. I'm not gonna take any action on your other cases, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna order that you call the public defender within 24 hours of if you bond out, okay? If you
Okay.
can't bond out, the PD's office will file the appropriate motions for you.
Okay. So I'll call my part PD.
Call the PD, okay?
Okay.
And no contact with any victim or witness in the case. You can't go back to that location, all right?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let her know. Yes. Okay, I'll let her know. Sorry.
Was that for me? Letter, oh, okay, hi. Oh, okay.
Okay, no action on that?
Yeah, I'm not taking any action, but I ordered him to get in touch with the PD once released, within 24 hours, on the criminal mischief. All right, tell me your name, please.
Carmen Leonard.
All right, Miss Leonard, you're here in 2020 CF 8538 AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine, and I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. So no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Excuse me, Judge Wish.
Yes.
It states that she's bond pending, so somebody paid those bonds.
She bonded?
I mean, yes, it's showing on.
Okay, she does have the failure to, she bonded on both?
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Leonard, it looks like you've somebody bonded you out, or you've been bonded on both cases. Do you want me to appoint the public defender for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so can we still do that, or no? I mean, I don't see why not.
Are we gonna do her as bonded, or are we gonna do her as
Well, I mean, she bonded, but she wants she has the PD in the other case, correct? No? Okay. All right, so, I guess without doing the initial appearance, we can't appoint the PD?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've never had that issue, but, so you're gonna get, is she gonna get a new date when she gets out for the petty theft?
She should
Okay.
get an arraignment date.
Okay, so you're gonna get an arraignment date when you get out. You don't miss court.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I can't appoint the PD for you, so you're not gonna have an attorney. So you need to make sure that you show up, whether it's telephonically, virtually, whatever it may be. Because if you don't show up, you'll get another warrant, and chances are you won't have a bond.
Okay.
They gave you a bond on this one, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so just make sure you don't miss court. If you move, is your address the Shasta Drive?
Yes.
Okay, make sure that you keep in touch with the, you change your address with the clerks if you move, okay?
Okay.
Because otherwise you won't get notice.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Stephanie Longmore.
All right, Miss Longmore, you're here. 2020 CF 8516 AO, and it's a warrant for fraudulent use of criminal or personal information of another. And PC was previously found by a judge. I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office to represent you in that case.
Thank you.
So no contact with any victims or witnesses. No
Yes.
return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. Then you've also got 2020 CF 8446. It's also a warrant for criminal use of personal identification of another, and PC was previously found, and I'll appoint the public defender. Again, no contact with any victims or witnesses.
Okay.
And no return back to where the offenses are alleged to have occurred. I'm gonna stay the bonds as set in the warrant at 1,000 and 2,500, and you're out on release. I'm only revoking the bond in 2020 CF 8446 based on the dates. I can't revoke on the other case based on the date of the offense. So the revocation, I'm gonna set that bond at none at this time and appoint the public defender if they haven't previously been appointed. I'm not sure, but that's 2020 CF 5437, and it's only being revoked based on 8446.
So you're not revoking 5437?
I am,
Oh,
but
you are?
only based on the arrest in 2020-8446. The other one, I can't revoke it based on that one because of the dates. So, Miss Longmore, you're gonna have to contact the public defender and have them file a bond motion for you to get you a bond, okay?
Okay, how do I do that?
They're gonna give you a piece of paper with the phone number on it,
Okay.
and you'll call them, okay?
Do you know how long that usually takes? Because my mother has Alzheimer's.
I don't, but maybe Mr. Matos, as the public defender here, can email whoever's gonna be assigned. Did she have the PD already? I'm not sure, it didn't, okay. So, you did not previously have the public defender, so somebody will have to be assigned that case. So maybe he will be able to find that out. If not, you call that number, they'll be able to tell you who your attorney is, okay?
So I have to wait for a motion to bond out?
Correct.
Okay.
Please tell me your name.
Miguel Angel Lopez Sanchez.
All right, Mr. Lopez Sanchez, you're here in 2020 CF 8503AO. You're arrested for carrying concealed firearm in possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Where do you live?
I live right now in here, Florida,
Where?
in Conway.
On Conway? What is your address?
What?
What is your address?
I don't remember at all, but it is in Valley High.
You don't know what your address is?
It is in Valley High on Mount Alone Lane, but
You don't know the address of your home or where you live?
of Puerto Rico.
You just told me you lived here on Conway.
Yeah. In
Okay, and I asked you-
in Valley High, but the number of the house I don't remember at all. I think it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay the bond at the 2,500 on count one. I'll ROR on count two. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. All right, thank you.
Okay. Here, take it.
All right, tell me your name.
Renoir Powell.
All right, Mr. Powell, you're here in 2020 CF 8525AO. It's grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. The bond will stay at 1,000. Not taking any action on the out on release case. Make sure you don't miss any court dates, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name.
My name is Cornelius Rumbert, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Rembert, you're here in 2020 CF 8524AO. You're arrested for possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon, carrying concealed firearm. I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons or firearms or any ammunition. The bond will stay at 4,000 and 150. Looks like you were just, you have two cases out on release. Looks like the state did, I think has filed on one of them. I'm gonna revoke the release in 2020 MM 2794 and 2020 CF 5940AO and set the bonds at none at this time. And yeah, I think you have the public defender in both of the cases.
Please. There's not probable cause in this case.
Well, your attorney's here and he's not raising
Mr.
a
Rembert.
probable cause issue, and I do find that there's probable cause based on the affidavit. If you have a defense, then that's something that you'll need to present with your attorney, and they can present that to the state of Florida. So you're gonna need to contact the public defender and they'll be able to file a bond motion for you.
Okay.
My guess is part of the conditions of release of your domestic violence case are no weapons or firearms or any ammunition, so.
And that's why it was revoked?
Well, it's, you were arrested and you have 2 cases out on release, but there's a variety of reasons why I'm revoking, but that's one of them.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, tell me your name.
Jesus Rodriguez III.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2020 CF 8504AO. You're arrested for criminal mischief, over 1,000, and resisting an officer without violence. And I do find probable cause for those offenses, and I'll appoint the public defender. I'm gonna order no contact with any victim or witness, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna stay the bond at 1,000 on count 1, count 2 will be 100. Okay, thank you.
Oh, just had one question too.
Okay, I don't want you to talk about the facts of anything so that you don't say anything that would later hurt your case, but, okay.
So with the public defender, how is that working? Are they here?
That's a phone number and you call them if you have any questions. You can always hire your own attorney if you don't want the public defender, but you need to call them to talk about your case.
Got you. I'm a student and I also have a child and I'm indigent. Is it possible to get in contact with them and do a ROR pretrial release or something like that?
Well, I can do or pretrial release if you qualify, but I don't think you were interviewed.
He wasn't interviewed.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten my first phone call yet.
He wasn't interviewed and he wasn't printed yet. So he needs to be printed and then we can interview him. See if he qualifies.
So I can't order,
You can do a bond
or, yeah. So I'll do bond or pretrial release if you qualify.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if they're gonna probably maybe come in and ask you some questions. So you need to make sure that you give them the best information that you can give them, okay?
Yes, ma'am. All right, I do appreciate it and y'all stay safe.
All right, good. Oh, God. All right, good afternoon, tell me your name.
Christopher Sweeting.
All right, Mr. Sweeting, you're here in 2020 CF 8283, and it's a warrant for failing to register your permanent address as a sexual offender, and probable cause was previously found. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. You do have reporting requirements, so you need to make sure you comply with those. The bond will stay at 1,000 in that case. 2020 CF 8527AO, it's a burglary of a dwelling, burglary of a conveyance, and grand theft. And I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. No return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, and no contact with any victims or witnesses. And the bonds will stay at 5,000, 150, and 150. And then you've got 2020 CF 8195AO, it's a grand theft, 3rd degree pursuant to a warrant. And probable cause was previously found. I'll appoint the public defender. Again, no return and no contact with the victim, and the bond will stay at 2,500. So make sure you comply with any reporting requirements, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. All right, tell me your name.
Andrea Yearwood.
All right, Ms. Yearwood, you're here in 2020 CF 8536AO. It's driving while license revoked as a habitual traffic offender. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You cannot drive without a valid driver's license. Where are you living right now? How long have you been in Florida?
About 8 months now.
And is that when you got released from DOC?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I mean, I have a doctor at because I'm pregnant. I go to Baton Rouge like once a month for my doctor. But
Okay.
other than that, I'm here.
Is the South Swan Court Northeast, is that your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance.
God.
So listen to me carefully. Listen to me, Miss Yearwood, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to get released today. I'm going to order that you get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of your release.
Yes, ma'am.
Find out who your attorney is. Don't miss any court dates. If you miss a court date, you'll probably get a warrant. It'll probably be no bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So just make sure they know how to get in touch with you. If you move or anything like that, you need to let the clerk's office and the public defender know, okay?
Ma'am, I have to go to when I have my doctor's appointment next week. I also let them know that I need to go to Louisiana and come back.
You can leave as long as you don't miss a court date. So you
Okay.
need to let them. You need to just keep in touch and find out if you have a court date. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. And Fuentes bonded. We weren't sure.
You have a booking number?
Maya Fuentes, I got booking number 2001-5734.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll take no action. All right.
The next person on the docket, Sharon Anderson, medical.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. That's how we'll talk about it now. Okay. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender. It's a Highlands County, out-of-county warrant. And so the bond is set at none. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your
Judge
Honor.
Carter will reach out to the Highlands County judge, and she'll come back on the docket in a couple days for a status hearing, I'm sure. All right. Can you tell me your name?
Christopher Cannon.
All right, Mr. Cannon, you're here on a Duval County writ. It looks like you have a purge amount, or for the warrant, I guess, or for the writ, it's $1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I don't believe that I can appoint the public defender for that case because it's a writ. It's not a criminal case, and they won't handle that. Are you going to be able to bond out?
If it can be lowered, then I can pay
I don't
at least
have any ability to lower it.
because I
I'm
have
gonna let-
500.
Yeah, I can't, I'm not, I'm not a judge in Duval County, and so I'm not able to do that. So I can't appoint the public defender because it's a DR writ. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna let Judge Carter know. She's the judge here that reaches out to the judges in the other county. I'm gonna write everything down for her and see if she will contact
But I still have
the
to be.
judge there.
I still have to be
Yes?
held on. I still have to be held on the writ, even though this is a civil action and not a criminal action.
Well, I can't change the writ, okay? So I'm not permitted to do that. So that's something that, that's a purge amount that's set by the judge in Duval County. But you do have a case, you have two cases here that I am gonna appoint the public defender on.
I
So
already-
maybe they can help you out on the DR case. I just can't appoint them on that case for you, okay? But they may be able to help you out, and I'm gonna ask Judge Carter to reach out to the judge in Duval for you, okay?
Well, I paid the bond on that yesterday, so the bond is already paid for.
The $1,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, well then I guess we're talking about nothing.
Yeah, that's it. I'm only waiting on the purge.
No, there,
He posted bond on the other cases. The
Oh.
writ is still open. That has to be paid cash.
okay, so he posted bond on 2020 8501 and 2020. So these two cases he's already posted bond on? Okay, so I don't need to address them? No. Okay. So the only case that you did not post the bond or the purge amount is the writ?
Yes.
The other cases you already did, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Because I only have
I'm-
500 left, so that's what I was saying.
Right.
I got 500 to put on it, but
Why don't we, can we reset him tomorrow for the DR writ? I'm gonna reset you for tomorrow, and I'm gonna reach out to Judge Carter today to see if she can reach out to the judge out there about this, about the writ, okay?
yes, ma'am.
So we'll see you tomorrow if you haven't been, if you're not able to post the writ or the purge amount.
Okay. Are you going to
Okay.
are you going to ask them about the 500? Because like I said, I can pay the 500 tomorrow.
I'm gonna ask Judge Carter to reach out to the judge in Duval County. Whatever communication they have, they have. I'm not gonna direct her to ask about $500 or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask her to talk to the judge there, okay?
Okay.
And we'll see, we'll reset you for tomorrow on that one. And if you've already bonded out, it won't be an issue, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
So, but I'm not taking any action on the other cases. He's bonded out on those. Okay. So we'll reset Mr. Cannon's writ. And then. Is there any other identifying information about the judge, specific judge? All right.
The next person on the docket, Joshua Davis, medical.
Okay. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
The Brevard County warrant, and the bond is set, I believe, at none. Oh, it's an out-of-county VOP. Okay. So it's an on-view VOP for a new charge of resisting. There's probable cause. I'm gonna stay that bond at none, but the PD is appointed.
Oh, no, You have to go around.
Okay? Dessa Shore?
I'm sorry, Yana, he won't be able to attend. Medical.
Okay, so this is a Polk County warrant, and I'm gonna appoint the public defender. Mr. Matos, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, it's a no bond warrant, and Judge Carter will reach out to that judge in Polk County. All right. Golubchik?
Yes. Max
All
and
right.
Group
Okay, this is a Sarasota County warrant in
Yes.
2018 CF 5989, and it looks like it's a violation of probation, so there is no bond at this time. So I'm going to appoint the public defender here, and what we do is we'll contact the judge in Sarasota County to see if they'll give you a bond or some other release.
Okay.
If not, then the PD here can file a bond motion for you in the felony circuit with a judge here, okay? So you'll probably come back on the docket in a couple days, and we'll have an answer for you based on what we hear from Sarasota.
Okay.
But you can still contact the public defender, and you can ask them to file a bond motion for you as well, okay?
Well, I can.
Yes, you can. They'll give you that phone number.
Hold on.
Excuse me. All right, good afternoon, tell me your name.
Jose Salvat.
All right, Mr. Salvant, this is a St. Lucie County warrant, 2020 CF 1646. And the judge in St. Lucie set your bond. You've got 4 counts that are $15,000, and then you've got 3 counts that are set at $5,000. So I don't know if you're going to be able to bond out or not, but what we do is we contact the judge in St. Lucie County to see if they'll reduce your bond. Certainly, if you can bond out, you can bond out. And we'll have you back in a couple days if you're not able to bond out for a status hearing to see what St. Lucie County says. But I did appoint the public defender, so if you want to contact them, they can file a bond motion for you as well, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, the one that was on Joshua Davis, I was misinformed. He is here, Joshua Davis.
Okay. I don't remember that name, but we'll.
It was like two
Okay.
names ago. I said medical.
Medical. All right, so Mr. Davis is here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Joshua Davis.
Okay, so Mr. Davis, you're charged out of, on an on-view violation of probation out of, for Brevard County. And, I did find probable cause for that based on the new law offense. So, I did appoint the public defender. You'll have the public defender here. They'll be able to file any motions for you. I believe, have we heard anything from Brevard County? Because sometimes if they haven't filed a warrant for the VOP, then they won't coming, and I don't think there's any, the only thing holding him here, or is he still being held on the resisting?
Yes, he has a bond for it, but he hasn't posted a bond.
Okay.
To complete our charges, then we contact the county.
Okay, so if you bond out on the resisting, okay, then they'll contact Brevard County to see if they're going to accept the violation of probation on view affidavit. I don't know if they will or not, but we're not transporting people now. So I did appoint the public defender. You're gonna be held at no bond right now, in the meantime, but if you post that bond, then corrections here will contact Brevard County. And one of the judges here will contact Brevard County as well, okay?
So if I don't post a bond, then what?
Well, then you have the public defender here, so you're gonna have to contact them and find out and get some legal advice on what you should do.
So the police officer violated my probation?
Yes. So Brevard County may not accept that. They may want to file, they may want the probation officer to file a warrant. They may not do that. I don't know about anything in Brevard, okay? So that's why it's important that you talk to the public defender here. They're appointed to represent you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Marqual Hakeem Witters.
Okay. Mr. Waiters, you're here on a Sarasota County warrant. You have a $500 bond in the case. And so if you can bond out, you can bond out. If not, I'm gonna appoint the public defender if I didn't already say that. So if you're not able to bond out, one of the judges here will contact the judge in Sarasota County. But you have the public defender, so they'll be able to file any motions for you. You think you'll be able to post the $500 bond?
No. I
No?
was told that they were gonna come pick me up, I guess, or something like that.
Well, they're not transporting people right now with COVID. So, the best I can do is that one of the judges here will contact the judge in Sarasota County to see if they'll release you, on some other form of release.
Okay. How long
So
do you?
you'll come back in a couple days, but I can't change the bond for you. I'm not
Okay.
permitted to do that.
You said in a couple days, like what kind, like what?
There'll probably be a status hearing next week, early next week,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
right, and we have Ariel Zachary. Did he bond out? Oh, well, he has no bonds on some stuff. I have, well, that's weird. I have Melanie Young. This was attached to the wrong case. I have a face sheet for Ariel Zachary, and it looks like